We have here Sonia, Amanda, Alex. Want to make sure that you mute your microphone, so I'm going to help you out with that, Legendary. And we are all gathering together to practice meditation. We're here to keep it simple, keep it straightforward, and you can understand that this is a practice, this is a training. So, not everyone's ready to go for a long walk. Not everyone's ready to go for a jog, go for a run. Um, this is a little bit like, it's not the best analogy, but practicing meditation, joining a meditation class, a group session like this, is like going for a jog. It's like going for a run. Not everybody's ready for that. Okay, and that's okay. But if you're interested in meditation, if you want to practice, then this is an opportunity for you to try, right? This is a shot to practice meditation. And from the Buddhist point of view, the starting point for the spiritual path is not meditation. The starting point for getting enlightened is not meditation, primarily because it's so exceedingly, exceedingly difficult. So for Buddhists, right, so in Southeast Asia, for example, in Buddhist countries, Thailand, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, there are many Buddhist monks, hundreds of thousands of Buddhist monks all over the country, okay, in every city, every place. And you can imagine there's millions of Buddhist followers. These people are devout Buddhists and they're following the monks and they're going to them for instruction and for support. And the main teaching and the main instruction that these people are getting, these quite devoted, sincere people, is on virtue, on following precepts, on skillful living. Okay? And this is what we need to prioritize in our daily life. This is the starting point of our spiritual life, is our goodness, is our active generosity, is our doing more of what we should do and less of what we shouldn't do. And all along the way, recognizing, oh, this is something I should do. How do you know if this is something you should do in action? You feel good when you think about doing it. You feel good when you're doing it. And you feel good when you're looking back on doing it. And this particular goodness is not so much like a carnal pleasure. It's not about if you feel pleasure or not. Something being pleasurable doesn't mean that it's good. Some of the most horrible things in the world have a lot of pleasure involved with them. Okay, so we're not animals. It's the goodness, right? It's the wholesomeness of it. So, and something that's bad, something that we shouldn't do, somewhere along the way, in looking forward to it or doing it or looking back on it, somewhere along that way, we feel guilt or we feel shame or we feel, oh, that's not ideal, right? And so the basis of our spiritual life and our super enlightened life, okay, and being super based and super chill and super woke, okay, the core of that is your goodness, your wholesomeness, your skillful living. Now, from the Buddhist perspective, we can say, and I've heard it said, that meditation is the highest good deed. Meditation is the most skillful activity you can do. Well, going for an hour jog every day is probably one of the most skillful things you can do, right? Being completely vegan, going for an hour swim, butterfly swimming for an hour every day is probably amazing for you. That's not easy to do. So when people start to improve or work with their physical health, right? Not necessarily that you're overweight, but to work with your physical health, you don't say, okay, we're going to go to the pool every day and we're going to swim laps for an hour. That's not a realistic starting point. So you may be interested in being super based and super woke and getting really enlightened, okay? And you might think that meditation is the fastest route to doing that or essential in doing that. And sure, that's okay. But actually, it's just like that person who's physically unhealthy. Okay, maybe they're overweight, maybe they're underweight, and then saying, "Hey, I'm gonna swim for an hour every day. I'm gonna jog for an hour every day." So when we start practicing meditation, it doesn't matter who the teacher is, it doesn't matter what the method is, doesn't matter what the environment is. You're going to find out very, very quickly, oh shit, this is tough. This doesn't make sense. I don't understand this. Okay? This isn't the same as drinking Coke. This isn't the same as a cappuccino. This isn't the same as getting what I want. Moment by moment. That's meditation practice, right? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real about it. So, having an opportunity like this, a gathering of people, okay, you have a half decent facilitator, some guidance, okay, having these conditions coming together, don't give up so easily, okay? Don't disrespect your sincerity, your intentionality, right? Your willingness to try. It's not about controlling your mind. It's about showing up and being with present moment experiencing. It's one way to say it. So this is a really precious opportunity, and I hope that as we meditate together, as we practice together, that you can really have a taste of coming home to the present moment, to a place of freedom, to a place of compassion, to a place of kindness, okay, to a place of present moment awareness. I like to invite people and encourage people to try because I know it's difficult. I know it's tough to do something like this. And I know that the people here are suffering. Okay? If you were super enlightened and, on cloud nine somewhere, you wouldn't be here, right? You probably wouldn't be listening to me. Now, I wouldn't be here, right? I'd be floating on a cloud somewhere, enjoying myself, you know. So we are suffering, we are encountering difficulty, and we have these conditions coming together to practice. Let's make use of it, let's try. And at least don't give up so easily, Have a taste of trying, this willingness, this opening up to the feeling of giving up and not giving up. That openness of standing at a crossroads, right? And our habit mind is, I'm going to choose one or the other. And there's this kind of push. I've got to choose. I've got to say this. I've got to say that. But also there's this openness. No choice. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. No social expectations. No boundaries. Just this moment. Just this experience. Just this breathing. So let's endeavor to try to practice like this for a period of time. Don't set up any expectation or any goal in your meditation. What you want to get out of it. And, cut the nonsense. Cut the BS about, oh no, this isn't right. This isn't the ideal situation. This isn't what I was looking for. This isn't the meditation I wanted. This isn't the Buddhism I wanted. These aren't the people I wanted. This isn't the feeling I wanted. That's exactly what we are transforming as the meditation practice. So if you're aware of that, if you can feel that and recognize that mindset of, no, this isn't the right one for me. this isn't it. This isn't the right time. This isn't the right place. Turn that mind around and endure, to be with it, not to be controlled by it. This will open up the opportunity to not be a particular person, to not be at a particular place, to not be doing anything in particular, but just to be here, just to breathe, just to be aware. And every difficulty, every boundary, okay, is a reminder to come home, okay, and to come back to our meditation method, to come back to our breathing, to come back to our practice. So we're now going to start our meditation practice together. I'm going to give a little bit of guidance about the meditation method and kind of starting to meditate. And then I'll try to be as quiet as possible. And we can all try to practice together. And we're not only practicing for ourselves, but we're also practicing as an offering out, a kind of great generosity, where we are supporting our community here, okay, our Monk Life Sangha for sure, but also community, supporting the environment that we are in, kind of offering out our meditation practice. Okay? So let's try, all right? First things first, we want to find our meditation position for our body. So you can start by sitting upright and comfortable. And adjust yourself a little bit and really be upright and as comfortable as possible. Stable position for the body. And once we find the position for our body, also bring up the position of your mind. And that's a position of sincerity and a willingness and an interest to try, right? And not give up easily. That's certainly the mindset that I am bringing to this, not to give up easily. Okay. And very important in our practice, something extremely important to remember, is one of the main parts of our mind in practicing, okay, is to accept not understanding. Okay, this is a safe space, as safe as we can make it, okay? And, if I start talking about Zulu on planet Neptune or something like that, sure, say, wait a minute, this isn't for me, but otherwise there's a willingness to not understand. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what was happening a few moments ago. We don't know what's going to happen a few moments from now. That's life. So this is also a part of our meditation practice. So we find that comfortable, stable position for the body. We bring up that sincerity and that intention to try in the mind, to try this practice to see for ourselves. And then take a deep breath, a few deep breaths, and bring the mind home to the body. Bring that sincerity and that presence to the body. So that we can become aware of the body just sitting here. It's a kind of reality. And as we find this reality of the body just sitting here, before we jump to the conclusion that that's boring or good or bad, start to allow your breathing to become more interesting. Really feel the breath in the body. You may also feel the heart in the body. And so our main meditation method, our main practice, is aware. So, aware of things we experience in the body, aware of things that come into a mind, especially our preferences, our thoughts, our judgment. And because that is so multifaceted, because there is so much going on, because the body is so interesting, the mind is so interesting, okay, we need a kind of tool, we need an anchor point to come back to, because we are going to get involved in the feelings of the body or involved in the mind, the feelings of the mind. And so that tool, that meditation method that we make use of is our breathing. You can also notice other things, be aware in general, it's good. But our anchor point, our coming back to point, is the feeling of the breath, the experience of the breath as it flows in through the nose, into the body, and flows out. Now we can fall into states of relaxation. It's good. If you feel good, that's good. And there also may be some turbulence, okay? Some difficulty, some uncomfortableness. That mind that says, no, this isn't right. But this meditation is not your fridge. It's not your wallet. It's not the coffee shop. It's not the relationship with another person. That's not what meditation is. So open up, allow, be willing to experience not getting what you want, not controlling, just being, just embracing. just sitting here, just breathing, just being aware. Any physical experience, any mental experience, come back. This is meditation. This is the practice. Come back. Just the body is just sitting here. Breathing and aware. We are not controlling the mind. We are not controlling the body. You cannot control your body. You cannot control your mind. The body is the body. Yes, you can relax it. Have that relax in the body as you breathe. The mind is the mind, and we offer to the mind our kindness, our gentleness. Okay? But mainly, we are coming back, returning to just sitting here, just breathing, just being aware. So in this way, we are not subject to failure. We just restart, refresh, come back to the breath. Not the idea of breathing. Breathing isn't an idea. It's a direct present moment experience that's much more vivid and clear than my voice. As we practice, it's essential that you don't get carried away by a particular amount of time. We are not practicing for a particular period of time. Just this breath. In our normal lives, we are always using the power of a particular person, you or me, at a particular place, at a particular time. That power will not work here. This is the truth of ever new impermanent nature. Moment by moment, sensations arise and fall. Thoughts come and go. But our mindfulness, our present moment awareness is right here. Just breathing, just sitting here. And even that is to be experienced. So we're now going to practice some metta meditation, loving kindness meditation. Very, very simple. Very, very easy to do. From this place of just sitting here, just breathing, just being aware, I'm sure you can feel some solidity, some clarity. And from that place, with our heart, with our sincerity, we repeat these words of metta. It's a kind of well-wishing, a loving kindness, a loving friendliness that we generate inside of ourselves. So please repeat after me. You can repeat after me with your inner voice or your outer voice. Both are okay. And as we do this practice, you can follow your breathing. Okay? Repeating after me. May I be well, happy, and at peace. And as we say those words, we can also breathe them in. We can take them in. May I be free from fear. May I be free from worry. May I be free from anxiety. May I feel safe and at peace. No matter what I do or where I go, may I feel safe and at peace. No matter what I do or where I go, may I feel safe and at peace. May I be free from physical suffering. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be healthy. Now, as we sit here saying these words of metta, really check in with your body. Feel your heart, your breathing, your body sitting here. So, all of us, we know what it's like to be with a loved one, someone who cares about us. So as we practice metta, feeling that love inside of ourselves, and it's not that it's flowers and colors or something like that, but it's this willingness to be kind to myself, to yourself. It's this willingness to be loving. Okay, you can repeat after me. No matter where I go or what I do, may I be peaceful and feel safe. No matter where I go or what I do, may I feel peaceful and safe. Really saying it, not holding any heart back. No matter where I go or what I do, may I feel peaceful and safe. May you feel peaceful and safe. May you feel peaceful and safe. May you, whoever you are, feel peaceful and safe. May you, whoever you are, feel peaceful and safe. So just breathing and aware of the body and aware of this feeling of friendliness, this loving kindness internally, and also that sharing out, right? That sense of may you be peaceful and safe. Just following the breath and feeling that energy of kindness in the body. Any sense of the mind reaching out to grab something or push something away, that's the moment coming back to the breath, coming back to the meditation method. Breathe as deeply as you need to. In meditation, we kind of let things happen. We let the body happen, we let the mind happen, and we rely on our meditation method. Building our concentration by coming back to the meditation method, direct experience of breathing, and building our relaxation by that intentionality that we're bringing to the present moment experiencing. Because mental phenomena are coming up, physical phenomena are being experienced. Kindfulness. We can also recognize this, the reality of our direct experience now, that the body is just sitting here, not in the past, not in the future, no obligations, no judgment. The body's just sitting here. We're just breathing through meditation method. The awareness is there naturally, and we're just being kind. Okay, my friends, so at this time we can open our eyes if they're closed. We can start to move our body a little bit, left to right, and maybe adjust our legs and our sitting position. We can massage our face, our body, any place where you feel the tension or any place that stood out to you during meditation. You can massage that area. So at this time, we can open the space for any question that you like to ask, um, and also sharing experience. If you are generous enough, kind enough to share about your experience in this meditation and in this guided meditation, then that's really helpful. This is all experimental. So if you share, then it can be helpful for our practices moving forward. And, you know, we can inspire other people when we share about our experience. And we can actually learn through our sharing. You know, one of the best ways to learn how to teach is by teaching. So can learn a lot and bring benefit. So please, anyone, if you have a question, if you'd like to share your experience, go ahead.
I remember once you say that touching our heart or plexus solar, I don't remember, but could help. And I experiment that, and it makes me more focused and centralized, and I feel better to meditate. It could sometimes very much helping me. So I don't remember exactly what was your instruction, but could you talk about a little bit about this?
About what?
You say that we could sometimes touch our heart when we were
Yeah.
meditating, and yeah.
So this is thank you, Sonia. This is I think something we ran into when we were reading through Sister Dieng Nem's book. What was the name of that book?
Flowers in the Dark, I think.
No, not Flowers in the Dark. Um, or yeah, Flowers in the Dark. Uh, Learning to heal from trauma with mindfulness. Um, Thank you, Karan. So it's really about we're learning to be a caretaker for ourselves. And so one of the metta meditation phrases that we used today was, no matter where I go or what I do, may I be peaceful and free from suffering. It was something like that. And so, yeah, this sounds nice, but it's a lot richer than that. It's a lot deeper than that, right? It's that a mother's or a parent's, right? Their love is so deep, their compassion is so deep, right? It can be for their child that it's no matter where you go or what you do, may you be safe, may you be peaceful, may you be free from suffering completely, right? And this is I mean, this is completely radical. So we don't have that usual mindset of taking care of ourselves like that. We're critical, we're judging, we're setting up these unmeetable standards for ourselves that don't even make sense, that don't even have a place in our lives, right? Because they're not realistic. So when we're sitting in meditation and when we start to feel that anxiety or that trauma comes up, that difficulty comes up, it can be this place where there's friction and helplessness, right? But actually, with our mindfulness, we are not helpless. We can heal it, but we need to attend to ourselves, right? We need to caretake for ourselves. And what we get into really big difficulties about is this this complicated intellectual narrative. That's where all the self-criticism and the roughness comes up. But actually, our body is a source of wisdom. Our body is a source of healing. So when we put our hand on our heart and we give our mindfulness to our heart is also giving its love and its compassion to us, its wisdom to us, right? The heart, the mind of the heart is embracing us and caring for us, to calm, to settle, not just beating out of control. And our heart always knows how to do that, right? We get into a panic situation or something really difficult. The heart knows, right? Okay, I'm safe. I'm okay. I can calm down now. So we attend to ourselves. We connect with ourselves, right? We think the oftentimes that the worst things are inside of here, but actually everything that we need to heal and be free is inside of here. And it's not so complicated. It's very natural. And it's very present moment, is based in the present moment. It's not based in this um, past or future situation. So when we get into that heady thinking or that intense situation in meditation, which is going to happen, okay, we ground with the body, okay, and ground with simplicity. So you're just sitting here, you're just breathing, and you know that that's what you're doing. You can put your heart, hand on your heart, adjust your position as caretaking and to be with yourself. Simple, direct experience, grounded in the body. And then also this energy of kindness, of being a caretaker for yourself, right? Just like the heart is always taking care of us, the body always healing itself, the breath is always um, there for us somehow, right? Even in that time of stress and difficulty, the breath is there. It's a refuge. So we're learning how to go go to ourselves for refuge, our true self, not our self of complicated thinking. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for your practice. Okay, Nix, would you like to share your experience?
Good morning, Bante. I'm still getting used to Discord, but thank you for recognizing me.
Okay. Did you join the meditation?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so how was your experience? What did you encounter? What was
Well, I'm 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 trying to. Well, I'm presently in the midst of a lot of physical work, which is a bit difficult for someone my age. But I'm, learning in the meditation things I can do in everyday life to bring it there.
good? Yeah, very good. And that's the thing with meditation, I'm kind of in a position as a facilitator and as a guide where, should I speak or should I be quiet? Should it be silent? But the reality is, um, you know, if you leave this because I'm talking and you want to meditate, that's the best. Yeah, that couldn't be a better outcome. Say enough with this talking and this guy. I'm going to go meditate. That's the best possible outcome out there, right? But also, our meditation practice is in the shit, right? It's on the subway. It's when life is falling apart, right? It's when we've uh, taken our life and driven into a ditch. That's where our meditation practice needs to be. So we just need to make use of any opportunity to try, keep trying, keep trying. And here we're so fortunate because people are showing up, right? And we're using this modern technology, these modern technologies to practice together. So we have this online sangha, we have this community with people here, and that's powerful, right? We're supporting each other. Really powerful, you know. And here it's not just people, we hear right now in the Discord, we're hearing people kind of coming and going. This is not entertainment. This is going for a jog, right? This is going for a jog for an hour or going for a run for an hour, 40 minutes or something like that. So that we have these people here, the people who are here, is really powerful. So I just try to do my best to support it, so we can continue practicing together. So we bring our meditation to the difficult job, the difficult relationship, and then also the wonderful things, the pleasurable things, the joyful things that are so sweet we couldn't even taste it, right? We couldn't. It's just so lovely and precious. We bring it to that too. We're constantly showing up. And it's also, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're okay.
I'm in a beautiful space, literally in the ship, because I'm gardening, and that's around these beautiful redwood trees and plants, and it's really difficult work, and all of the things that you've been talking about, and I've been listening for months. It's just been immensely valuable to me to bring that to the work, which is extremely pleasurable and beautiful and moment by moment, and it's just been wonderful to actually have a community to return to, day after day, and to see you there, and the fact that you organize the community is very, very is very lovely, actually, for all of us, I think, but especially for me too.
Good. Well, the the other dimension that it's always important to, well, you just brought it up, in the beautiful shit is some of the best stuff we have on this planet. Okay, we're human. How did human civilization get to this point? Agricultural revolution, right? We are not hunter-gatherers. Everyone's struggling all the time living in caves, but we start planting things, right? Well, what's the best fertilizer you can get? It's feces. Okay? And so in life, when we make these mistakes and we encounter these difficulties, which we're all doing again and again and again, this is the fertilizer for our life. This is the ideal situation for us to practice. But our shit needs to be worked with, right? It needs to be engaged with. And I know for myself, a lot of times when I encounter difficulty or state of anxiety or state of depression that's bigger than just a moment, I kind of want to just fold. I want to just distract myself. I don't really want to embrace it. I don't. Of course, everything gets embraced. Everything turns into fertilizer, right? Your body's going to turn into fertilizer. Everything's in that is processing. But I kind of just want to distract myself. Or it's when we get physically sick. Mentally and physically sick are not a big deal, not a big difference. We should be able to call into work and say, hey, I'm anxious today. Okay, that's fine. Take a rest, right? But anyway, when that physical sickness or that mental sickness comes up, that is an ideal time to practice. That's a perfect time to practice. So we can change our whole mindset about how we look at these difficulties. Of course, we do want to become more skillful. We do want to become more careful. And we bring that into our habit energies that we can't quite get under control. That intention, that sincerity, that willingness. And eventually, through consistency, not through belief, not through this person at this place at this time, but a consistency, a broad spectrum of showing up, not day after day, but consistently, because it might be week after week or month after month, year after year, that we show up again. Oh, I'm going to show up again, right? I'm going to take care again. I'm going to be mindful again. Doesn't doesn't need to be day after day. Okay? It just needs to be consistently. Okay? We keep trying. We keep showing up. And everything falling apart is somehow okay. It's not something we need to be afraid of. And we can't rely on the world to do that for us. We try to build that, good conditions, good people, good environment, and it's important. Okay, you eat good food, that's good. But we actually need to take refuge in ourselves. I'm the one who's going to establish being okay when everything falls apart, and knowing that it's okay that I feel depressed or I make a mistake, or not I'm not perfect or I'm not the best me, but this body is temporary. And it's not intellectual. The intellect is not that important, actually, because I know for myself, I've said I used to feel this way and kind of believe it, that, oh, I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of the pain that goes along with death. But actually, I'm not afraid to disappear. But it's just the intellect, because when I'm on the plane, right, when I'm on a plane and there's turbulence, there's fear, because I don't want this to go away. It's not even I don't, or it's I, right? I. But it's temporary. We can see through it, right? We can see right now the illusion of this body being permanent, because it's not, right? It's like when we have a strong dream, right? We wake up from a strong dream. It's a little bit difficult to put it down or to forget about it, right? But somehow you let it go easily. You let it go easily because it's just a dream. You can see through it easily. So also this body, we can see through it easily. It's not permanent, and it's beyond okay. It's also okay for sure, but it's beyond okay. It's boundless, it's spaciousness, it's freedom, right? It's limitless, it's brightness, it's clearness. Samira, you like to share?
Yes, I would like to share. So you said it's important that we continue to try and that we have consistency. And then we sit, and usually we say we don't want to control and we don't want to go somewhere in a special direction. We just sit and that's it. So sometimes I just wonder. So I can feel that sitting meditation, formal meditation, is really helping me, and I don't know exactly why, and what is happening, but it helps me, and since I'm doing it consistently, I can feel that I've not been depressed before, but I had perhaps some days where I could feel something like a depression, and this is just gone. It just left. Doesn't come back, and I think it's linked to the meditation. But my question is, so you say we should try, but try what exactly? What is it that we try? I don't. I sit, but I don't know exactly. Sometimes because I don't try to find something special, just perhaps space in myself, but I'm not sure what is it exactly that we are trying. So I sit and I'm not sure what is. Sometimes, do you know this feeling? You do something, but you're not sure why is it exactly. What is it that I'm doing? But I'm doing it because I feel it's good for me. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what it is about meditation. There's something so strange. Yeah, I don't know. It's so my question is, what is it that we are doing? What is it that we try to achieve actually, or is it do we try to achieve something? Like, is there a goal somewhere? I just feel it's good for me, so I continue to do it, and it's good for me, and it's good for my environment. It's good for my compassion, for my relationships with other people, with the earth. But somehow there's no. I don't know where is it that I go. It's just that things happen. Do you understand my question?
Well, there's a few things in there, but I think I can. Let me try. Okay.
You.
So we should try to not try. This is kind of a peculiar point in the spiritual field, especially when it comes to like Zen, or the maybe Advaita Vedanta, or the non-duality. Present moment, true Buddha nature everywhere. Um, you don't need to do anything to become enlightened. You're already enlightened. All these things come into play, but we aren't really in a position to do nothing. So we do practice meditation, and we have that experience, and for that moment we're not trying, we're not doing anything, we're just experiencing, doing only, experiencing only, right? Even trying only is also fine, because that only is in it. It's just that, whatever that trying is. But we get up, and then we go to this place and we go to that place. We get involved with this, we get involved with that. We believe in this, we believe in that, right? We desire this, we get involved with our desire. We don't like that, we get involved with that. So there's a lot of things going on. Meditation is a refuge, and if we are doing something and we find that for sure, whatever it is that we're doing, if we're only doing it, that's meditation, right? That's a meditative way of doing anything. Meditation can be anything, it's not just sitting still. But if we're doing that thing and we find that this is certainly leading us to more wholesome states of mind, more peaceful states of mind, more generous states of mind, more a safe feeling, right? State of mind, then we continue doing that. We have our wisdom in there. We have um, our natural skillfulness in there. So we're not just eating a bag of candy every day and say, oh, it feels good, it's wonderful for me. We're not talking about that. But we keep doing those things that lead to wholesome states of mind. We reduce those things that don't. Of course, it's difficult, right? So I recommend for anyone who's in a position like yours is that we I mean, I like Buddhism. I'm a big Buddhism believer. Zen masters, I've heard a Zen master say also that the Buddha is um, a dried shit stick. And that's okay. Okay, the whole of Buddhism, what is it good for? It's wood for the fire. That's maybe a more polite way to say it. It's wood for the fire. Okay, but if we are practicing meditation like this, um, we want to have the insight component. So the insight component, the wisdom component, is kind of like this turn the mind around, so that we're not just meditating and that's a part of our life or my life, but there's also this turning to look at the present moment experiencing and the strangeness of it. And rather than taking that strangeness as an object of a real true person and a real true story, that kind of like, well, come on, you're a monk or you're a meditator or you like Zen, but come on, you're this person and this life and right and all this stuff. So instead of relying on that, you really almost kind of rely on that strangeness or that looking, that opening, right? And so there's that insight quality to it. You develop a relationship with that, with not knowing, not understanding. And you can kind of use the power of that. You can take refuge in that. And that you don't try to figure it out intellectually, but you look, you investigate. And then secondly, you do have meditation practice. So go on a retreat, go to a temple, join our group meetings, guided meditations, whatever it is. And that can also include like Dharma talks. So find out the high level Buddhist teachers, or someone that you know or someone that you feel is suitable for you, and ask them, what kind of teachers do you listen to? Who do you recommend? Right? Listen to that too. And that's a part of a meditation, listening to that kind of talk. And then maybe most importantly is that virtue, the sila, our precepts, so that it's active. We're actively looking at how we consume, how that affects other people, how our actions of body, speech, and mind are causing effect in the world. And that's the place where you're grounded and you're practical, and you're using your sword of concentration, your sword of insight, your sword of wisdom, to just be simple, just be ordinary, just be practical. And then you just continue developing these three aspects: more skillful living, more carefulness, more meditation. Okay, the kind of formal events, because life is also meditation. And then also this, your relationship with insight, your relationship with wisdom, your faith through experience, your trust through experience. So try that. That's what I'm trying. And eventually we can arrive, to know where to go, nothing to do, no need to hurry. And we're already there. So that's why it said the Buddha is a dried shit stick. Okay. Thank you so much, Samira, for sharing. Okay, anyone else have a question or sharing?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something. Okay, so this is my second day over here. Uh, and whenever I try to meditate, I mean, I've been meditating for quite a long time, on and off, for a few years now. But whenever I try to meditate, so there are some people that have wronged me during my childhood, during my teen years, and they're the only thing that I can think about whenever I try to meditate. So it's almost always ends up being a negative experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
How do I stop thinking about them? And I, whenever I meditate, I realize that I've got a lot of hatred towards them, a lot of anger, and I never spoke up for myself. I never stood up for myself. I never said anything against them. But it's just this anger, that hatred. I can't get rid of it, and it's been there for years, and it just doesn't let me meditate. What do I do about it? Thank you.
So try to know that you're safe right now. And you aren't safe because those people aren't around. You aren't safe because it's a particular time of day or because you're with particular people. But that this safety is a part of your nature. It's your nature to be safe. And if we find that we are stuck in worries and fears and complicated thinking about particular people, probably negative people, then it's so much more important that we develop these methods to make ourselves feel safe, to know that we're safe, not to get rid of this situation or get rid of this experience, because actually that experience is empty. Uh, those people don't exist. But this is a very sensitive situation, and so you you need to be practical about it and really be willing to try and to put yourself out there as you're doing now. You have the eye or the awareness of these kind of experiences that come about, right? These kind of sufferings that everyone has to go through. You know, you're not alone in it. But you also have to open this eye of um, the lack of solidity to what you are experiencing right now and to the person who is experiencing it. So I once, when I first started with meditation, quite seriously, I went to stay at a residential center, a residential Buddhist center, and I went from a place of a trauma and unstabilized mind and anxiety and fear and just really in a difficult state, and I was kind of like self-traumatizing, more than anyone else traumatized me. And I went to this place with this mind of suffering and fear, and I started to meditate a lot, right? I was meditating, regularly 3-4 hours a day, and then we would do these intensive meditation retreats where now you're sitting in this, temple room, meditation hall with 20, 30 plus other people, and you're facing the wall, you're facing the mind. And these traumas start to come up, and these memories start to come up, and the mind starts to grasp on to these different aspects and kind of to make a narrative, something to grab the attention, something to just like a storm. There's this habit energy of storm, right? Of friction, of self-fixation that's coming up, coming up, coming up, especially when we get into a lot of meditation. And I went to an interview with this Zen master, very high Zen master in American Zen Buddhism. Actually, we have this one-to-one interview, and I was telling him about my worries and fears, and trying not to be too specific, but just tell what was going on in my mind. And what he said to me at that time was, when you are going through this, when these things are coming up in the mind during meditation practice, you can almost kind of like repeat a mantra, but you can recognize this is not my suffering, my story, my worries, my fear, my situation I have to deal with one way, my life, my reality, but rather this is the suffering. This is the suffering. This is dukkha. This is the first noble truth, right? In Buddhism, there is suffering. This is the suffering. It's not about a particular person at a particular place at a particular time, a particular situation. This is the suffering. This is the difficulty. This is the unsatisfactoriness of human experiencing, of reality. So it is tough to unravel these traumas, but we can take the oomph out of it when we approach it in the right way. Not to control our mind, not to get rid of these things, but to kind of recognize who we truly are, right? The true nature of the mind, the reality of the mind. And there is suffering, there is difficulty. But just that is enough to notice, to look. This is the suffering. Recently in this community, we read a book from a teacher, and someone else asked a question where it came up. Sonia asked a question where it came up, called Flowers in the Dark, I believe it's called. Healing from trauma through mindfulness. Anyway, dear, send me a message and I'll send you a link to our group reading of that. We have quite a few parts of reading that book together. And also, maybe we can get you a copy of that book if you're willing to read it. But Sister Jiang Nam is a great resource for this, dealing with trauma. Just know that you aren't alone, and that you are safe, and that you are loved, and you are protected. And this isn't because things have changed, but you've always been safe. You've always been protected. Okay? And this is that always.
So much.
Yeah. And in the meantime, don't try to rough and tough with it too much. It's more it's very sensitive, right? So you can try, you can put forth some effort, but I would say next step maybe let's try to take a look at Sister Dieng Nam's book on healing from trauma, because it's what we really need in that situation is a safe space in our heart and our mind, and then using these methods of embracing ourselves and loving ourselves. And it's those other people in those other situations are kind of less important than we think they are. Actually, it's about finding our power and our heart and our freedom right where we are. So I really commend you and appreciate you for being so brave and sharing. And I'm happy that you're here. And um, you know, okay. Yeah. So send if you haven't seen those book readings and that practice, just send me a message on Discord, or just write a message somewhere on the Discord, and I'll connect with you and try to get that to you. Okay. All right. So let's. How can we finish today? That's a good way to wrap up. Maybe we'll sing a song to finish, and then 3 sadhus. Let's see, I've got my songbook here. Um, okay, I'm going to share a. All right. Okay, so this song is, I think we've done this quite a few times, so some people might know it, and it's called Breathing In, Breathing Out. And if you don't know it, you can try to follow along. We'll do it twice. And the first time you can just follow along with the hand motions and you can listen. Okay, so if you're on camera, I want to see you follow along with the hand motions, but please try to join in and singing. All right, ideally we're singing together, but it's difficult to do online. All right. So we'll do it once and then we'll do it again. You can try to follow along the second time. Oh. Okay, here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, let's try sing that one together. Easy line. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Next line is I am blooming as a flower, I am fresh as the dew. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. I am free. Okay, now breathing in, breathing out again. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Next line, I'm water reflecting what is real, what is true. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. Okay, let's try to sing it all together now. Ready? Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. Okay, my dear friends, thank you all so much for being here for me and being here for each other. I'm so grateful. And tomorrow at this time, we will meet together at the same time tomorrow. Okay? Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, YouTubers, don't forget to leave a like and leave a comment, okay, when you finish watching. Bye-bye.